the Canon R5 in 2023 is becoming a very popular question now. And I'm here to tell you guys, buying this camera in the year of 2023 is still a great option. The Canon R5 is still a great hybrid camera for people just like you and me. You know, people that want to do photography, videography, and make content on a high frame camera, I guess. Man, yo, this Canon R5 has been honestly a game changer for me. It's been a life changer. It's brought me so many clients, and it took my content from booty to glorious, and we're still, you know, constantly improving and improving. Of course, you know, this camera, it isn't something that's brand new, but it's still new to me still. I mean, the camera came out a couple years ago, but I mean, it's only 2023. You know, with the Canon R5, just having certain features in it, I don't see myself upgrading or switching, you know, switching brands. I think the Canon R5 and Mr. CJ brand is going to stay together for a very long time. Man, so look, as you guys know, I am a photographer as well here based in St. Louis, Missouri, but I'm also a videographer here and also a YouTuber in St. Louis, Missouri. So, you know, not a lot of people realize, you know, St. Louis has some, you know, content creators or even talent, which is kind of mind-blowing to me, but we are here. We are St. Louis. I don't know what they got to do with this video. Probably has nothing to do with it, but let's go ahead and save you guys some small talk. Let's go ahead and get into the details about the Canon EOS R5 and why I think you guys should go ahead and pick this camera up in the year of 2023. Let's go ahead and start off with number one, photography. Yo, when I tell you guys, I went from shooting with the Canon M50. I did one photography job on a Canon M50, which was a small little wedding. We went out to Lake of the Ozarks, and you know, a couple got married in a small church. I did that. If I got the pictures, I may show. But we then upgraded to the Canon EOS R, and I was like, yo, this is wow. You know, it's mind blowing. But then, of course, you know, we finally made enough money, saved up some, and we bought us a Canon EOS R5. And when I tell you, the photography that I used to do compared to today's time is crazy, yo. Like, this 45 megapixel camera has changed the game severely. And I'm not just saying it at all. You know, I'm not sponsored by not a soul. This is strictly from the brand himself coming to you guys. The Canon R5 photography lifestyle is just, it's crazy, man. If you know how to edit, that's even a bonus point. But you know, just taking pictures straight out the Canon EOS R5, the images are coming, you know, they look good. They look real good. You know, I have no complaints at all. Like, straight up no complaints at all. Now, like I said, this camera does support a 45 megapixel camera size sensor. So in that case, you know, when you go home, let's say for instance you want to punch in on a picture, you can definitely punch in on multiple pictures. I do it pretty much all the time. You know, maybe I'll take me like a horizontal picture, but I'll go home, I'll crop it to like a vertical frame, you know, just because I want to get that single person or that single object in that picture and post it on social media, and I don't lose that much details at all. The picture resolution is coming out around like 8,000. Typically that comes around like maybe 2,000 or lower than that, but since we have 8,000 for the resolution, which is basically, I'm gonna take a limit and say almost 8K, I guess. I don't know. Weird to say. That's why it's a 45 megapixel sensor. You got a lot of details in it. So yeah, that's just that, man. Then moving down as well, the Canon EOS R5 is not the flagship camera for Canon at all, nor is the Canon R3, but the R3 does cost about $6,000, while the Canon R5 does cost around like $3,800. But they've been having some sales recently, which I know today I just checked. In the US, it is $3,399 right now for this Canon EOS R5, just for the body itself. The reason why I want to bring up the Canon R3 and R5 is because inside the more expensive camera body, the R3, we have a Digic-X processor. Now inside of this camera as well, the R5, we have the same exact Digic-X processor, so there's really not that much, you know, I guess difference when you're thinking about the R5 and R3, you know, so that's a pro point to the R5, you know? Yeah. Now within this camera as well, we do have a dual pixel autofocus system. This is going to be pretty much, I just watched the video, he said it was like their second upgrade. I hear people say it's a second addition to the autofocus, or either maybe we got two different systems inside the camera, but I don't care. You guys have already seen how crazy the autofocus is and Canon camera. Like, I be on this camera trying to fight for my life when I be trying to show y'all products, because the camera has the eye detection is so sticky. I have a hard time, like, I can do this and it's not focusing on my hand, but I gotta do this, and now you get to see, you know, my hand is focused, and then boom, we back to myself. I've not had any troubles really shooting in autofocus on my EOS R5, besides sometimes maybe, let's say, you know, it's a little too dark outside, you know, that may be the only issue. Or either if I'm just trying to shoot a subject that's not in focus, or that's not really, you know, in a range of the camera. You know, maybe I'll bring my 24 to 105 out with me and I'm trying to shoot something that's maybe 300 meters away, I guess. You know, it just won't stick to that, you know, because it's too far. You know, the camera can't read. I mean, that's common sense, you know. But yeah, man, that's that right there. Also within the autofocus system as well, we do have a couple features in here where it can detect multiple things rather than just, you know, doing eye detection and face. There also is a capability of tracking animals. Now, me personally, I've never tried that feature at all, trying to track animals. I'm not an animal lover. Your boy may be terrified of animals, but let's keep that a secret between me and you, okay? Don't tell nobody at all. That's just me. I'm I don't know, man. I try my best to get warmed up to dogs, and I'm too much of a, yeah. All right, you guys, so let's go to move over to the videography portion of this Canon EOS R5. This is my favorite part to talk about, because that's all I like to do is shoot video now. I just love shooting video. You know, when I heard that we had log, I was scared. You know, I didn't know what the heck C-log was, but I've been seeing people, you know, color grade a lot. This is before I even thought about the R5. This is me buying the regular R at first. So, you know, people are color grading. I'm like, ooh, what the heck is this? You know, I never seen somebody color grade. You know, what are you color grading? Why are you color grading? You know, you can just shoot like this and get a perfect, beautiful colored image, but I guess it's deeper than that. So this year itself, I've been practicing a little bit in C-Log 3, and I've been able to color grade a couple themes. So, you know, if you guys want to go check out a quick video I just released recently, it's actually on my Instagram page at C-Brand Visuals. Once again, that's C-Brand Visuals. Is probably one of you pop right here, but this is going to be somewhere on the screen. C-Brand Visuals is my Instagram page. I did do like a little quick film of my kid and my mom, and this is some other stuff we have for 4th of July. Color graded it. This is a tad bit. Shot it in C-Log 3 in our 4K HD mode. Whew, mind blowing. I just ran out of breath trying to give you guys all of that information. Just like that. Now, like I said, so within the camera feature itself, this camera right here does shoot 8K raw at 30 frames per second, and they also get like a 12-bit color. So for those geeks out there that likes to do like the color grading and stuff, you know, we do have 12-bit raw inside the Canon EOS R5. Now, am I going to tell you like, oh yeah, you know, you can shoot 8K raw up to the full, you know, limit? No. The reason I'm gonna say no is because, of course, this camera does overheat, unfortunately. You know, of course, you guys heard about that. You know, the overheating is one of the main factors why people shy away from it. They go get something else, and yeah, I guess I don't know, man. It's crazy. But anyway, we got 8K up to 30 frames per second. You can shoot raw mode, or you can shoot regular. I don't know, I forgot what this color space is, but you can shoot regular color space, and then you can also shoot up to 4K up to 120 frames per second. So if you want to get a shot that's super slow with autofocus, it is in this Canon EOS R5. Now the Canon R, it has 120 frames per second as well, but it's only in full HD mode, but there's no autofocus at all. So that's something that, you know, to put in consideration when, you know, if you're trying to take a leap of faith from jumping to the Canon EOS R to the R5. You know, now you can get that 120 and have a straight up stick-tacky dual pixel autofocus for your subject, because I wish I had that feature. When I was shooting this one, I had this one client, we shot that, and yeah, this messed up the shot. I think we did about like 10 times, and I was just like, you know what, whatever, we're done with it. But anyway, from that, man, so we do have a couple other HD modes in here as well for 4K, where we have one mode in here, I believe it's 4K HDR or HDR Pro. No, I lied. That's something totally different. There's a 4K mode in here where you can hit high res mode, which is going to be oversampled from an 8.2K sensor, I guess, or 8.2K itself. That's what they're saying. So I personally have never shot that high because, once again, I'm not trying to deal with the overheating right now. It's already bad enough where I can't really go out and shoot 4K for the full 30 minutes, for a rotation. Maybe if I have a wedding to shoot, I'll go ahead and set this camera up, in a nice area where we can just go to shoot a quick 30 minutes. But, weddings are not 30 minutes at all. So, yeah. What do I do to compensate the overheating? I just shoot in 1080p. I mean, this is an 8K camera. The 1080p is not super bad, it's not noticeable, because I mean, when you take your files anyway, you do send them to clients and it already is down sample to 1080p. But for people like me and a couple other people, when it's time to edit, you kind of do want to get that extra 8K or either that 4K, image. That way you can crop in, punch in, do what you want to do, zoom in, zoom back out, stuff like that. So everybody got their worries. That's why a lot of people jump to Sony and, take their 4K crop, for the overheating. But, that's a different situation, because this is my second time shooting this video. My first time I shot it on the FX30. And I'm going to show you guys that footage in this video as well, because it was okay. However, the microphone audio sounded kind of wonky. So I was like, yeah, we're not going to... Can't use it for real. We just couldn't use it. But enough talk about the Sony, man. Now, another key feature about this Canon EOS R5, it is a dual card slot camera. So what that means is there is a CF Express Type B card in here, and then also we can use a regular standard SD card. I don't have the SD card with me right now for the CF Express card B. Sorry about that. Dang, the CF Express Type B. I don't have that card on me right now. But that is a card that is going to be taken inside this Canon R5, which you can go get one of those for $100 up to $5 something. So yeah, you can go get one of those. But yeah, man. So that's that, man, with the Canon R5. That's all the fancy talk. But like I said, this camera right here has been game changer for me. It's an expensive camera. Comes with some expensive lenses to consider. I personally am shooting with a Sigma 35 f 1.4, which this was at the time $699 when I got it, but now it's shying away from $799 to $899. This gets you a Canon EF to RF adapter or RF to EF adapter, and you can just adapt those lenses on there and get cheap, I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, man, that's everything about the Canon EOS R5 that I personally like, from the business standpoint of it. But man, this Canon R5 has been elevating my content game, when it's coming down to shooting for commercial clients, or either just doing, little one-time events and photo shoots and YouTube and yeah, all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, that's all we got, man. Go pick yourself up a brand new Canon EOS R5, or go to Marketplace, find you a used one. It doesn't matter. Use it for the video capabilities. Use it for photography. 45 megapixels. You can shoot 8K in this camera. But we out of here, you guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.